Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Metaworld News. This is a show where we bring you news about sort of haptic interfacing immersion technology. Not particularly VR, the inverted comma version, but more social virtual worlds and the devices that are allowing us to get there. But, a little bit more pertinent of recent times, of course, because what we've been advocating for the last 15 years is now becoming almost essential. It's called stay at home and do it all online. Yes, I know. That's a totally unheard of idea. But guess what, folks? You ain't got no choice now, and you might as well learn to do it properly instead of relying on video conferencing software that spies on you or unstable video conferencing software that's just decided to try and make it easier for you to use it when it hasn't scaled already. Oh dear, that's zooming in on Skype and FaceTime and I'm trying to think of a sentence that will get all the words in, but I can't. Right, okay, let's get on with it. These are, in fact, going to be the headlines for the week ending today, which today is actually what is it? Yeah,
Yeah, it
April.
is.
Sorry, yes,
Right.
it's not March. Yeah, it's April the 5th, right? And midweek, of course, there was April the 1st, which is traditionally a day when you don't read the news, unless you get caught in something. This year, the general consensus is people are going to behave themselves. Unfortunately, it's like going out and sunbathing in this wonderful new weather. Consensus doesn't count. They're not going to behave themselves if temptation is too great. But I've got a very good one coming up on that later, but we'll see. Anyway, most of the links here are culled from my feed at twitter.com/malburns. That's MALBURNS. And indeed, my name is Mal Space Burns, if you see what I mean. We also have a Twitter feed, twitter.com/metaworldnews, which is basically just social virtual spaces online news, and not sometimes a bit, sometimes not much. And I'm joined here in the studio. To comment on things I say from time to time, but also more importantly to operate all our cameras. So he's the person responsible for my mugshot avatar, which without lip movement, because well, just because, and
Messy
switching
mesh.
between. Yes, exactly. The messy mesher.
Mm-hmm.
The mesher, yeah, Mr. Meshy. Never mind, tongue twister that one, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes, and also, of course, he's got a camera attached to my desktop, so you can see what I'm talking. I can see what I'm talking about to you, and he can see it too, and then show it to you. It's all the magic of the interwebs, folks. The things, the ins and outs, and cables and pipes and stuff that we all need now. And even if you've only woken up to the fact in the last week or two. Anyway, enough of the pessimism. Too much pessimism at the moment. One tries to be optimistic even in the worst of
And
circumstances.
I try to
So
point the
let's,
camera in the right place as best I can.
yeah, do
Sometimes
that
I miss.
indeed.
Right.
Yeah, hit and miss
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah, who cares? Well, no, we do care. We do care greatly. But as long as you can hear me and see my desktop,
That's the trick. Yep.
that's it really. You don't even need my avatar really. It's just a matter of a habit. Okay, and at the moment I've got a nice little pretty sort of techno-y picture on my desktop. Somebody wearing a piece of well, it's an iconary dummy sort of thing, and a headset and binary code and lots of things. It's a nice picture, really. It's there just to keep you entertained while I'm talking over it. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my first link of the week, and that picture will vanish as I move into my browser window, and there we go. There we go. All the fun of the fair. Right, this site is a WordPress, in fact, but you don't need that. It's SuzanneShowcasingVR.com. Good, I'm getting this one out of the way at the beginning. SuzanneShowcasingVR, all squashed together as one big mighty word, and then followed by .com. And as you say, go to Malbone slash, sorry, malbones.com/Twitter. The other way around, twitter.com/Malbones. And you will be able to get through to these things in one click, as it were, rather than need to remember the address. Okay, this isn't particularly VR, but I mean, I'm posting a lot of this stuff now as well because it's anything that will help give people information about how to do stuff online. This woman actually is a passion for VR anyway, but this is actually more of VR AR type thing. It's she's just listed 21 free. Yes, you've said that correctly. FREE. Um, Online courses that will change your reality. And you need distractions and stuff from the current environment, etc., etc. And basically a little article, but then a whole list of various courses you can get onto for absolutely nothing while you're stuck at home and may need them. And there are things like here for Unity, learning the Unity program. These are actually quite expensive courses normally, but
Yeah, yeah.
they're all available free at the moment for 3 months during the pandemic. And who knows if it doesn't go away after 3 months, maybe it'll extend this course. Although it's like musicians and stuff. A lot of people are having problems earning money at the moment, and people are offering stuff for free, but how long it will continue,
Could
I'm not
Mal
really
fix
sure.
his lips with a Unity course?
No. There is actually the only way it might be possible is if I get this avatar over into Second Life, I might be able to convert it to something called an animesh something, although I gather it's a bit complicated. But I might do that.
You got
I
the
mean,
time to learn,
I
right?
yeah, and I need a broadcasting avatar over there in case they do pop
Right,
over
right.
there. Because normally, yeah, well, as I did at the education conference the other week, I had to
Yep.
dig up an old avatar, and it wasn't really to my liking. Very hairy, but
Long
otherwise,
legs too. Super long legs in
yes,
that avatar.
exactly. Yeah, this
Yeah.
has short legs, but yeah, but my normal Second Life avatar when I'm in there is a cute little pussycat who I'm totally adore and I'm in love with. I even love being able to, its muscles and everything works like you can imagine a cat would. Um, and also, I'm fairly innocuous. But so if I have to go on stage and interview people like I had to do the other week,
Kind
well,
of got to be an
yeah,
avatar, right?
Pussycat doesn't quite work. Um, well, they worked with Philip Rosedale by accident. He invited us in there one day, and I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just logged in, and there was the cat, and Philip obviously liked the cat. He said, "Don't forget the cat. Don't forget the
Don't forget the cat. Well, that's
cat."
good advice.
People gradually pouring in.
That's
Where is this Malbus character? Is the cat on the wall?
right, right.
Anyway, let's get back to
Don't don't
whatever.
don't forget the cat's good general advice in life all around. Don't forget the cat.
Don't forget the cat. No,
Right.
never. Yeah, just think of a cat. If you haven't got a cat to forget, just think of one
Yep.
and don't forget it.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I got photos of cats here, I think. Well, we put them all up before we came on air.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should just start the Malburn's cat photo show.
Yeah.
Nah. Anyway, that was Suzanne showcasing VR with 21 free FREE in capital letters VR AR online courses that you can use at the moment. And Suzanne showcasing VR is .com is the website. And it's basically these words here all squashed together and then .com. Right, putting her away, or that page. I'm moving on. PC World, a bog standard site in many ways, but a little feature which is highly topical, of course, from their games reporter, who is Hayden Dingman. I don't believe that's name for that's got to be an avatar name. Hayden Dingman. You never know. You
You
never know.
never know.
You
Right.
never know. Maybe that's him. Anyway, this is at www.pcworld.com. And simple name title to this feature: VR is keeping me sane while I'm stuck at home. There's a world beyond my bedroom. And if I can't go into it, then I can at least bring it to me for a few hours at a time. So, again, this is PC World has a big readership, and it's very much the sort of, the computer department in every sort of innocuous company, really.
Hmm.
Sort of, whoever's in charge in PCs has to subscribe to PC World, really. But they're not exactly renowned for having articles on virtual reality or anything like that. So on this occasion, they have, and I can't possibly think why. Really doesn't seem like them at all to have all this stuff. But they have. Yeah, remarkable. Anyway, not much I can say there. PCWorld.com. Go read. Right, back to Virtual Reality Reporter again. I like this site, but they really love advertising virtual reality porn sites and stuff like that. So although they have very serious news releases like that, as you go, well, they've got a whole section which is just endless news on VR porn.
Hmm.
Um, so but they've got regular stuff too. This is about HTC Vive's technology, which of course is headset technology or similar, used in Penumbra's real system for stroke patient recovery. Yes, more medical stuff, and for people who've had strokes. The real system is using custom designed Vive's head-mounted display to help patients recover from stroke and other neurological injury. And well, not much to say about this. Presumably, they've recovered enough that they can be put in a helmet. But there again, they might have, until they recovered, they might have been in a helmet anyway. I don't know. Well, not a helmet, but you know what I mean. When you're in a hospital bed, you've often got stuff stuck all over your face and head. Um, yeah. So more of a press release there than anything else. But if you're interested in following the medical applications of virtual reality, then that particular piece of combination may be of interest.
That would do it.
Moving on, another familiar site here, VR Scout. That's VR Scout, as you see at the top there, all one word, and then .com. And more medical stuff. Astonishing number, although they've been out there counting, I guess. 17,000 professional, medical professionals are using VR, and specifically in the fight against coronavirus. Free VR medical training is helping bring retired uh, healthcare workers back into service. So presumably they're working from home and just coming back into the workplace, as it were, for the duration. And VR is being of amazing help. So nice, not extensive argument article there,
Oh. Hmm.
but interesting nonetheless. So medicine definitely benefiting at the moment there. Right, now we're on VR Focus, www blah blah, vrfocus.com. So that's the letters VR followed by focus.com, or one word, VR Focus. This is an interesting one. This actually, I don't know what it counts as. It's not game, it's not quite virtual world, it's odd. It's a musical metaverse called Soundscape VR, and they've introduced a fourth world into their ecosystem called Silica Soul, and it's a new world where you basically enjoy a 24/7 music festival in VR. And if that blasted pop-up would get out of the way, I might be able to read it. What's going on here? How am I meant to read that? It's blocking off. Well, who knows? But yeah, advert in the wrong place. But anyway, yeah, this is immersive spaces for sure. It's the largest world to date. It's an eternal desert filled with unique plant life, alien minerals, and audio reactive art. And I haven't been in there, but I think this is something I'm gonna when next I feel like an experiment, I'm gonna log into this one and see what it's like
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
They have special sets from artists like Big Gigantic and STS7, whoever they be. And your user created mixes and synchronized playlists, basically any music you might want to listen to. And it's available for free. But you do need Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and or Valve. And actually, that means my Oculus Go is not going to be good enough. But never mind. So I won't be going in there after all. But it sounds nice. So yeah, vrfocus.com is where you'll find the information about music, Soundscape VR. That is the name of the app you want. There's not much, yeah, there's not much point in my clicking on anything that won't work on a 2D thing here anyway. So, moving on. Right, Tech Radar Pro. What is this? Techradar.com. TECHRADAR .com. And a couple of days ago, um, VRI is the future of remote working. Yes, yes. Isn't it amazing
There it
how
is.
how the obvious dawns on all these people simultaneously,
Yeah.
as if out of the blue, as if there's been some great shift in the
In
world.
reality,
In reality, yes, and they're all discovering
some
VR all at
like
once.
the
Yeah,
enlightenment, the virtual
the enlightenment
enlightenment.
thing, yeah, it's mysterious.
Mysterious.
How can it
How
possibly
could it
be
be?
that everybody is suddenly getting interested in this stuff? It's
Yeah.
15 years old.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so techradar.com has its say. Video conferencing alone has its limits. Yes, indeedy. Zoom and Skype won't quite work for the long haul. Let's set the record straight right now.
Hmm.
They may be ideal for video chats when a bunch of talking heads all join together in a virtual environment. The interaction is limited. You can't see anything, touch anything, can't go anywhere as a group, and can't interact in any way that is remotely genuine. And then your boss pops into the Zoom call and chats away. It's really not that different from a phone call or a teleconference from decades ago. So, etc. Virtual reality, yes, could change that. And quickly, gosh golly, yes, quickly. By creating
Hurry.
a virtual
Hurry
location
up.
to explore, handing each other documents, working on a project that involves virtual tools, or holding up a prototype, walking around a new building, inspecting design, or interacting in other ways, VR could be the one thing that makes remote work and stay at home office interactions more bearable. And then how it'll work, etc. Um, so they go on about that. A few
Hooray.
videos. Yeah, quite a long article there. So good reading there
Hmm. Hmm.
for those, especially the uninitiated. Those of you watching this program who don't know what VR is, or what immersive spaces are, or who the hell I am, or we are, or what this is. Well, there's your link. There's your link.
Ah, you're right. All right.
Techradar.com. You lose your lesson, learn your lesson well. Right. VB, what's this? No, it's not Visual Basic. It's VentureBeat. Yes, that's right. Um, VentureBeat.com. That's VentureBeat.com. And you'll find this from Sine Wave, the virtual world too. Sine Wave Entertainment have launched something called Breakroom. It's a 3D social hub for remote teams in VR, PC, or mobile devices. It seems to me to be more or less of, a customized variation on the version of Sciencebase, which is a popular social world, which you can download as a client. Made in Unity, or you can view it in a web or Unity viewer on a web page. And this break room rather, seems to be basically a a remote working social hub kind of thing that is basically um, I think it's really the web version of Science Space, but sort of customized place you can land.
Yeah, a
So
little
that's
little
all very
easier
good
access,
too.
I think.
Yeah,
Less
exactly.
setup.
So
Yeah.
you just you click on the web page and you land. The article talks a bit uh, like the background and saying companies like Soundwave see an opportunity to pivot because of the coronavirus. They see boring Zoom meetings that we're forced to endure, and they can provide an experience that's a lot more interesting and immersive. So, in a way, if you read the previous article and know nothing, this is your next stop. A perfect example of VR that actually works. And believe me, it may not be the Second Life model or anything else like that, but SciSpace is a very good social virtual world.
Hmm.
If you had nothing else to compare it with, you'd think it was the greatest thing ever, really. Although there are sort of thing. And they describe Breakroom as a London-based company. Yeah, well, Sciencebase is a
Sciencebase
London-based
is right.
company. They're Adam Frisby, who we deal with a lot of courses in Australia, which couldn't be further from London here. But Rowan is over here in London, so it's good to see something that's being done on my home turf, as it were, as well as anything else. So find out more about this at venturebeat.com. But also, if you just type Sciencebase or Sine Wave Entertainment into your browser, I'm just doing. Oh, that's interesting. The link took me to the same article. So, but anyway, it's Sciencebase is what you might be looking for. Um, oh no, it's the same site, different article. Um, anyway, look for Sciencebase if you're browsing. Otherwise, just go straight to VentureBeat. Okay, putting them both away there. Right now, this is actually an Eventbrite page for getting tickets to immerseuk.org's. They have a webinar. Starts on 7th. That will be Tuesday here. Immerse UK. They're having a social VR platform series. This one will be an Engage Mozilla Hub. They are asking people to actually book tickets. So if you go to eventbrite.co.uk and then well, you better just look up Immerse UK.org. You can actually register. It is totally free, I hasten to add here. And it's not particularly long. I mean, for example, it seems to be about that's 4 in the afternoon, 5:30 British summertime. And I might as well, just in case I haven't already done it. I'm learning. I'm learning to press add to calendar whenever I see it, but nothing's happening, is it? So maybe
Not that we can see.
maybe it's gonna load my calendar in about 10 minutes or something.
Hmm.
Uh, I can't even scroll down the page anymore. What's going on here? Anyway, you'll find that at eventbrite.co.uk. Otherwise, you can look up immerse uk.org and find something. And yeah, bye. I'm whatever pressing that button did, I've cured it. Here we are, rather gloomy sort of graphic on that one, isn't it? COVID-19. Um, COVID-19 support and resources. Now, there is a particular. Oh, yes, this is related to the last page I had up. This is Immerse UK. Again, they're adapting to a fast changing environment influenced by the spread of COVID, building online resources, signposting information, support advice for individual and businesses, including these webinars, COVID drop in sessions, etc., etc. Now, this doesn't. Um, the first webinar on Tuesday, for example, it's in Engage and Mozilla Hubs, and it's delivered in partnership with the Educators in VR conference people
Oh
who,
yeah, yeah.
yes, we of course were mentioning them last week, and they of course had their event that they came and did a resume of it as a keynote at Virtual's Best Practices the other week. So this they call themselves Immerse UK, and of course immersion is the word. They're going to be doing stuff onwards and upwards, March and April, etc. All apparently as free as they can make them. Even an online cafe and all sorts of stuff for as long, presumably, for as long as the problems last and maybe beyond. The maybe beyond thing is a fascinating thing at the moment because depending on how long this all lasts, our world will be very different. And possibly you could argue the virtual world will either be exactly the same as always or it would be very different too. We don't know, do we?
Oh right.
Um, anyway, you want www.immerseuk.org, right? Now, I'll spell that just because it's all one word. It's IMMERSEUK.org. And as you could probably see from my scrolling there, there's a whole load of stuff to check out there. And I don't think there's any restrictions on. Oh, Simon's Millhouse solicitors. Well, I'll be never mind. Sorry, I know somebody here from old, very different, very different context. I know them. Right. Um, Yeah, I don't think there's any restrictions here in terms of you have to be from Britain or anything. You know, I think it's just a matter of booking if you want to be at one of the gigs, so to speak. So, immerseuk.org for that one. Okay, Upload VR, another regular site we have here. Upload VR, the letters.com. Eti, I guess that's how you pronounce it. You never know with these things, do you? Eti is a lightweight finger sensing VR controller with no trigger. So it's, I don't know whether it's a glove like there or whether it's a thing you put in your hand like there. Not very clear from the first thing. It looks to be, well, you see it there. I think it could be either really from this picture there. Anyway, in January they showed off a pair of controllers called Eti. They're lightweight with finger sensing features. You hold them in your hands. The laptop screen show which gestures and movements the controllers recognised. They're still seeking a load of money on a Kickstarter actually, so I don't know where you can actually. I don't know you can actually get these yet. There's a little video further down here though, giving you the idea as she straps them on. She's my expression and faces the screen. And a little schematic showing you exactly what they do and everything else. Um, yeah, oh, this is an interesting point here. They've already raised an awful lot towards their goal at the time of writing there, but it's interesting. They say hardware kickstarters, however, are notoriously risky ventures that you might note that even companies like Valve and Facebook have been struck by production problems because of the COVID pandemic. So yeah, that's you know, we're getting used to seeing crowdfunding and kickstarting and all this sort of stuff going on, but you might wonder, just it might be a bit riskier than normal under the current conditions, especially as hardware companies often rely on components being sourced from all over the place, and suddenly it just takes one source to dry up, and the whole product can't be completed. So anyway, uploadvr.com has that one. Inara Pay, who writes about Second Life a lot, but also general stuff anyway, she's got an article that, but probably the only real article on MuseWeb, which was utilizing Second Life in support of a global conference this week. She posted on April the 1st. Don't worry, it is a genuine post. And she did this sort of roundup kind of thing. Now, I know that Drasta Dupre and a few people have been posting videos and things of proceedings at this during the course of the week. Rather, they weren't very usable as videos. They were obscured by text chat on top, plus word balloons coming out of people's mouths, and you might as be, might as well just be in an audio podcast, really, which was surprising given that Dratster was involved. But there you go. Um, but virtual ability were very connected with this and everything else. So she's actually done a roundup there, which was really at the starting point. I suspect that during the course of the coming week, we might find a few articles that actually are more of a roundup of what happened there rather than what was going to happen there, if you see what I mean. But nice little article on what it was and uh, yeah, in advance of it happening there. Right, now I have to be careful here. So I'm going to go and find it. That was posted on April the 1st, right? I'm just going right. Now this is another post from April the 1st, and needless to say, right, I sussed. People were doing it. But I have to tell you, I mean, I had to tweet this for the sake of it, and then I put a little thing after the tweet saying could have fooled me. But look at this
I
headline.
don't understand. Yeah.
Exclusive VR porn proved to be very dangerous for your health.
Okay.
And this is the Scott Goes website. This is Tony. What's his name? I mean, this is a serious April Fool's job. Look at the length of this article and how much research
Oh
or
my.
so-called research has been dug up. I mean, you really can. You could click on this link, and even I was fooled for a split second,
Mhm.
and then I thought, well, it might be some boffin scientist somewhere who reckons porn is bad for your health. But when I saw the length of this and then where I was reading it, I suddenly realised Richard, 18 years old, and his dog. Life has never been the same after. It's just hilarious. And yeah, well, there's a bit of VR porn for you. um, anyway, if this is still up, and I think it is, it's worth following for the read. It
All
really
right,
is.
all right.
It's at scarredghost.com. It's SKARREDGHOST.com. And the date that was published, needless to say, was April the 1st,
Mm-hmm.
2020. And it's definitely my award for the best April Fool's hoax there is, simply because it's such a long article. So it's not like a short little couple of paragraphs that's taking the piss.
Well,
It's
and a lot of
really
people were reluctant to even do an April Fool's joke in the context. So,
yeah, I know. And
right,
before it happened, I thought you can't play around with silly little things that Google did and a lot of major companies did, and at times like this. Um, but maybe at times like this, we do need a
a
laugh.
little
It's not in
levity, right?
it's not in any way. It's a bit of a knock at porn. It's a bit of a knock at VR, but I
Right,
mean,
right.
it's not something that in any way bears upon the current situation. It's just a humorous article online. So
Pornography will not be offended.
yeah. And the funny thing is, it comes from a site that is really on seriously leading edge on serious articles.
Right.
So
Yep.
okay, putting that one away, I'm now going to come
All
back
right.
to where I
Well
was.
done. Well
Uh,
done.
VRScout.com. Right, this was on April the 1st too, but again, I reckon this is just meant to be a normal article. From brain computer interfaces to digital humans, how these technologies are bringing us closer to the metaverse. Anne McKinnon writing, and more headset pictures, of course. Just how far away is full dive VR? And yeah, I mean, I know there's people out there who say brain computer interfaces. Ha ha, April joke. No, it's
No,
not a
no,
joke.
no, no, no.
No, it's not. You've just been asleep for the last couple of decades. We can communicate with computers now using our brains. And obviously, there's some software in the middle to interpolate signals, but yes, we can. So, this is not an April Fool's joke in any manner or
And
form.
Maria's not here to say don't do it. So we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look there. There's your next year's eyeball.
Tom Cruise's eyeball. Okay.
Is that Tom Cruise's?
Well, no, I'm thinking of the movie Minority Report.
No.
He lost his eyeballs. Remember?
Did he?
It
I
was
remember the movie. I
sad.
don't remember.
Yeah, he dropped him down the drain when he was running. Dropped his original eyes. It was sad.
Oh dear. I knew somebody years ago, especially who had one false eye, and I
Yeah.
knew him for ages and didn't suss. And then we were talking one day, and he said, "No, this is false," and took it out and showed me. So I must say, it's
Yeah.
a little bit taken aback.
Not an
He was a
everyday
young kid
activity.
too. I was in my 20s, and he was younger than me. So
Hmm.
who knows? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, good article. That all that stuff absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it
Absolutely,
is.
or anything to do with uh, brain interfacing and biotechnology in generally. There's another article. It wouldn't be here, but I posted it somewhere in the week about the new medicines that are actually they're kind of robots, but they're grown, so they're also organic, and they're tiny
Oh
little
yeah, I saw that article. Yep.
insect things that are barely the size of a mite. That can go in your body, and there's something about the fact that they're organically grown.
Hmm.
That they go in, they do their work like a robot, but when the work is finished after a few days, they're biodegradable, so they dissolve and they don't remain in your
Or so
system.
they tell you.
So they tell you, yeah, well, of course, they've actually got baby transmitters made in China in them that will
Mm.
actually be monitoring your body forevermore.
Forevermore. Yep.
Yes, exactly. And actually, they're so small, they'll probably go to the afterlife with you.
Right.
And who knows?
That's how the
Okay,
virus
well,
got here. Right.
where the hell did? Oh, yes, I must have put something away. Right. This site is filmmakermagazine.com. And yeah, filmmaker. There you go. Kaleidoscope and the Museum of Other Realities step in to help the VR industry during the pandemic.
Hmm.
Topical, of course, again. Yeah, but Museum of Other Realities has been doing a lot of stuff recently anyway. But basically, they're they're basically stepping in. These organisations are stepping in to keep the country, the company, the business
The industry.
alive,
All right.
alive. Industry,
All
yes,
right.
that's probably what I was after. Yeah. Anyway, so read all about that. There's quite a lot to read in that article, including who Kaleidoscope are and stuff like that. They're quite. Were you in Rec Room before this show?
I was. What brings that
Right.
up?
Well, I saw that because of your tag on what
Oh,
you were
on
doing
Discord.
on Discord.
Oh, okay.
But they do say some companies' services have seen an uptick in their business as consumers report using VR products to hold meetings even in gaming platforms like Rec Room that weren't intended as business solutions,
Mm-hmm.
and then Wave XR, VR Cinema, etc. And I think there's a one called Neo. I don't know if it's Neos VR. It's only a rumor at the moment, so I haven't tweeted the two posts I read. But I think the rumor is that Apple is buying. I think it may be called Neos VR or something because the suspicion is they want the video compression technology that's part of their VR.
Mm.
But it's one of those house of the home VR things. They got a lot of technology apparently, and it's thought that Apple might be buying them for some ludicrous amount, by the way.
Oh, okay, sure.
But probably not to do VR per se, but to access their technology,
All right.
particularly for AR. But I've read two posts about that, but all of it, but both of them have been Apple rumored to be buying. So
Right, right.
I don't post things that say rumored to be. Sorry, but I do blabber about them on this show. Just anecdotally, you
Right,
understand?
right.
Don't take it from me. That's just the rumor of the week, as we
Right.
say. Right. Okay. So let's put that one away and move on to AR VR Association. Right. March 31st. This is earlier in the week. The benefits of eye tracking in VR for research. Um, Very academic, this one. Um, but basic. What is eye tracking? What's it used for? Limitations. Why mobile ones aren't the solution? VR eye trackers can enable full control of the study environment, etc. And it seems to be a bit of PR for a company called Varjo as
Mm-hmm.
well. Although it's ostensibly the VRAR Association there. You will find that at thevara.com. That's TheVRARA.com. And I don't think you need it, but there is a www in front of that as well on my screen. Sometimes you still need that.
Yeah,
All right,
depending how your administrator sets it up.
yeah, and how my browser decides to display something for that
That's
matter.
right. Right.
Right, this one has no www, but I bet you if you put one in there, it will get there. It's venturebeats.com yet again. And this is about Facebook and a company called Plessy, who are getting together on consumer augmented reality glasses with micro LED screens. Um, and yeah, well, they talk about other companies doing wearables and the fact that Facebook and Plessy have got a joint thing going on. Um, Presumably, Facebook are just doing anything to hurry up the process of making sure they're going to dominate. So we will see what we will see. Plessy previously, sorry, dry throat here. Previously supplied smart glasses maker Vuvix with wearable screens. You'll have to excuse me. I just need a sip of. Well, it's actually coffee, but stop my throat going dry, basically. There we are. I apologise for that, but at least I think I can talk again now.
All right.
Right. Anyway, yeah, so venturebeat.com will tell you a little bit more about that one. Engadget, Engadget, .com. Um, it's got retweeted by a whole load of people. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a nifty title, isn't it? I went to a sneaker launch in VR because of the coronavirus. A company called ASIC launched their new sneakers, which are training shoes for you and me, in VR because they couldn't do it in reality. And the writer thinks this might be the start of a trend.
It
Indeed,
might
indeed.
be. It
I
might.
wonder why. Now, why would you want to hold a product launch in VR, especially training shoes, which are a very RL product?
Yeah,
Can't
right.
think why. Can't
Right.
possibly think why. Hmm.
The mind boggles.
The mind boggles, indeed it does. Anyway, yes, things are no-nos. So the Japanese footwear company A6 put on the show. And oh, this is now. I should be reviewing sports shoes, shouldn't I? Rather than coaxing people over to its Japan HQ for a show, it recreated its presentation in VR and shipped Oculus Quest headsets to journalists all over the world to watch it.
Hmm.
Oh, I need somebody to send me a well,
Yeah.
I've got to go, but I don't wear it anyway. I don't, if I had the Quest, I didn't know that I'd wear it once for the reason I was given it, probably. Right. Anyway. Yeah, interesting. All good PR for virtuality and associated stuff, really. Okay, vrscout.com. Yet again here. How to attend a Zoom, Skype, Hangouts meetings in VR with Spaces. Now, um, um, we all know that Skype, Hangouts, Zoom, and all that stuff's been taking off of late. Wonder why? Video conferencing and stuff. Um, Others such as Immerse Glue, Spatial offer same things with VR headsets. Spaces, however, allows VR users to connect with those out of headsets using a handful of popular messaging apps. Now, I went and registered for this and clicked on it because at first I thought it was going to allow me to create a virtual screen that I could then Skype to people. But in fact, I would actually need the headset in the first place.
Right.
So
Right.
you basically have something like a called air, and one person will be in a headset, the others will be in normal Skype calls. So it's a bridge that puts their virtual space, as it were, into Skype for you, so you can communicate with people that aren't actually in VR. So it's all very interesting, but I actually thought it might be something a bit more like a live virtual venue that I could just go into on the screen to look a bit different from a normal Skype call. But in fact, I might as well just come in here and Skype the picture you're seeing now,
Right.
um, to do it my own way. But anyway, it might be of interest to some people. So vrscout.com is where you'll find that article. On March the 30th would have been, yeah, Monday, straight after last week's show, in fact. Okay, in fact, we are heading backwards now, as it were. Real learning in the virtual classroom is difficult. Gosh golly. Is that true, James?
Nah. Super
Ah,
easy. Super easy.
yeah, of course it is. What
Right.
they're talking about.
What are they talking
Right,
about?
let's go on the tour of the future that we should all be trying to avoid. Dear, dear. Now, actually, this was posted on the 28th of the third, so it's one that I didn't have up last week, but probably just took a while to filter through. Um, Remote teaching sucks. It's yucky, and it is not the future of education. So I don't really fully know. I mean, they're still telling you all about it. So I don't quite know where these people are coming from. For something they don't have a proof of very much, they've got an awful lot to say. Um, I think this is all reaction to the need to do things online at the moment. But it's interesting. Ars Technica is also a fairly good site.
Hmm.
I remember reading. I think I got halfway down this before giving up. It wasn't something that really captivated me. But there again, I'm sometimes I don't realise what I'm giving up on because a lot of stuff that is part of the course for me is just not known by other people. So there you go. That is at arstechnica.com. So that's ARSTECHNICA.com. and away it goes, at least at my end. Okay, back to the ghost towels, which is scarredghost.com. This is the one that had the lovely April Fool's article I mentioned a minute or two ago.
Yep.
SKARREDGHOST.com. And this is their weekly thing. I guess there'll be one out tomorrow too. The XR week peak, basically, where he looks back at everything that's crossed his radar over the week. So it's one of these sites that provides a nice roundup, even though it includes things like this half-like Alex has broken every VR record. It's a game, so it doesn't normally come under my radar
It's
on this
very
show,
fun, very
but
delightful game.
uh, yeah, apparently it's breaking every record.
Yep.
So, this roundup, is looking at a whole load of news all on one page. So it's a nice, useful weekly site to get it, and you can subscribe to get it by email as well if you want. So that's Scarred Ghost, scarred with a K, dot com, and he retweeted back to me actually. Said he's glad he made me smile. But he was obviously talking about the April
Who's
Fool.
this?
It's Tony Watts it at Scar Ghost.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Right. This is a site I don't know. It's a site called analyticsinsight.net. ANAL. That's an unfortunate. Anal. That's sorry.
Oh, Mal,
A-
get over it.
I'm
That's been
sorry.
around a long time.
I know, but I was spelling it out, and I thought, what am I spelling out here? Okay,
Uh,
ANALYTICSINSIGHT Analytics Insight. Oh dear me!
wow.
Sorry, I just
I,
wasn't seeing the letters. I
I,
wasn't seeing the letters that came after what I was
yeah,
spelling.
and I work in analytics, so I'm used to it. So,
Oh dear. Yeah. Well, yeah. I bet you get load of jokes on those sort of lines
not
from
anymore.
not anymore, not anymore, but yeah. Okay, virtual reality is innovation with boundless opportunities, combined with other technologies, especially, and at a point when paired with gaming, for instance, VR has empowered the user to enter the virtual universe of the game. And an example is an online casino where the user can enter a virtual casino from the comfort of their own home, etc., etc., etc. And um, before IoT and analytics tools, data fit pleasantly on a spreadsheet and could, with a little creative mind, be exported visually. But now, of course, it can be exported via, etc.,
Hmm.
etc. Read all about that at analyticsinsight.net. And that's got a WW, but you probably don't need it. Right. Okay. Public World Script Club. Now, I've subscribed to this blog for donkey's years. In fact, I think when I first subscribed to it, I thought it was something to do with Linden Labs Public Works Group or something.
Oh, Mal, you just got
But
kicked out.
oh no, hang on, I got a thing. I can say I'm here. Right,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
here.
okay, okay.
Oh, it's not working. Oh shit, I missed the. Sorry, pardon my language. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to log back in again because I miss it. Although I pressed the button saying I'm here, I left it too late.
Too late.
I left it a wee bit too late, and I've now been kicked out. Oh, kicked out of my own studio. I don't know. Anyway, Public Works Group Blog is actually an online resource for public works professionals. It actually had nothing to do with Second Life, but I think the confusion in my case was that they had some meeting house in Second Life or something else like that.
Ah. Hmm.
But anyway, this article is about billions of us virtual solutions for a COVID-19 world. And well, they're talking about what they're doing. Um, but they do say down here that while making use of social media channels, billions of us has also set up a space in the virtual world of Second Life. They give you the slill there, which is billions of us
Hmm.
is the region.
Hmm.
And it's a specific venue that appeals to them because they know from past experience that Second Life can provide framework and opportunity for people to work together to achieve goals that might not otherwise have been possible, etc., etc. And
So the
they
image
do.
accompanying the article was Second Life.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
very
Second
good, very
Life.
good.
It's
Okay.
it's basically their region that they've set up in Second Life.
Hmm.
And I think I think they had a region there or something, but I don't think it was called Billions of Us, but there was something there
Yeah.
before. And yeah, there are a few cautions in the article about there are some not safe for workplaces in Second Life, etc., etc. But anyway, they've opened up in there again, and as I say, this blog has been in my RSS feed for like over a decade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just occasional anecdotal things in it, but this one really is a return to form. They're obviously moving back into online space with a vengeance
Yeah.
and tackling COVID at the same time. So there we go. What you want here is www dot. Hang on a second while I remember to press login again. I forgot. You see, I can't broadcast and take care of logging into a world. I'm meant to stay there. I'm not a multitasker. I'm a
Right.
single tasker. And in fact, it's actually I'm a half tasker.
Okay. Okay.
I can't do the whole task and nothing but the task.
Nothing but. Uh.
I promised to do the task, the whole task, and nothing but the task, but only in a half measure. Sorry, I'm biding my time here, as you can probably tell, while I get myself repositioned. Uh, you know, nothing like a bit of joking in these
No.
dark
No.
days. There we
Right.
are.
Right.
Here we are. I'm now in and sat again.
All right.
Right. Okay. So James now has something to make him smile when he's filming me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So that's posted March 29th. So there should be well established there. So billions of us, you can check out the region kind of in Second Life. But this article is www.publicworksgroup.com. Public Works Group is all squashed, as you might imagine, into one word. Right. Final post, at least in the main bit here. This is at Virtual Reality Dash Newsnet. So that's Virtual Reality, the two words as one, and then a dash, not a slash, but a dash, and then news, news dot net. And yeah, the page always shows up as VR360, which, VR360.net would be a much better rule, wouldn't it? But never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
VR is helping doctors see the coronavirus infected lung tissue in its simulated form. So, if you want to know what everybody's going on about the fact that this coronavirus is an invisible killer, an invisible enemy. Yeah. Well, thanks to these folks, you can go into VR and see the fucker. I mean, sorry, pardon my language.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can go to VR and see this dreaded lurgy. It's not quite so invisible when you go into VR and have a look at it.
Yeah.
This is doctors at George Washington University Hospital came across their first COVID patient, and he was now the subject of their experiment, wherein his lungs are being diagnosed to see the severity of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, um, well, um, yeah. So that's George. I don't
It.
know where George Washington University Hospital is, but it's is that Washington State or where? Well, it could be
No, I
anywhere,
don't
I
think so. I
suppose.
think it's Washington
Yeah.
D.C.
Right.
It looks
Um,
miserably uncomfortable.
yes, I
That
bet it is.
picture. Yeah.
Um, okay, there's mentioned here, as reported by New Statesman, London's Courtauld Gallery Museum received 723% more visitors than 7 days before. I guess because it's showing a load of this kind of stuff. Okay. Well, of course, people
Hmm.
would be fascinated. They probably, I can actually under. It might not be pleasant, but I can imagine. I can imagine the urge to see what
Right.
all the fuss is about because
Right.
we can't see it. That's what's scary.
Right.
So anyway, that is my final post for that department, so to speak. Right, I'm now going to quickly flip because I don't even know about this yet, just to see if I've got anything in the Metaworld news feed. Yeah, I have a copy of the Sine Entertainment launching Breakroom 3D, which we covered already. Hypergrid Business have reported that Virtuality Grid have turned off their hypergrid access for some reason, and they're offering migration for Avination users. Now we haven't had Avination around for ages, so
No.
what is suddenly inspiring them to try and find Avination users? I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe it's turning off the hypergrid
Is that
because
Melanie's grid?
Yeah, Avination used to be managed, yeah, but of
Right.
course. it was always renowned for not being on the hypergrid,
Right.
despite the fact that Melanie, was behind it. It was her hypergrid free sort of grid.
Hmm.
Um, and so, but I think Avination users have been accommodated elsewhere since. So I'm not quite sure what this is all about now. Um, but anyway, there's all the details from Maria. This was posted on April the 3rd, by the way, so it's not an April Fool's joke. There was, of course, this post from Hypergrid Business, but this too was on April the 2nd, and yep, it's the old yo-yo. But this was not an April Fool's either. This was April the 2nd. So please, yo-yo, carry on jumping. They've shut down again. I mean, I reckon Maria must have had that headline before. The exact words. That was actually dated April the 1st, even better. But I don't. I'm sure it wasn't. Uh,
Maria wouldn't do a
no.
practical joke like that.
Yes, it probably wouldn't occur to it. Yeah.
Although
Anyway,
I,
so
you know,
we've got that. There's Austin Tate's blog has a post about AIAL virtual social space. This is well, it's basically an open similar open OS grid platform. Um, it's a space is set up for members of AIAI to maintain contacts and have meetings, basically all connected with the University of Edinburgh physical premises, which of course are not available at the moment because they have to work online. So this is an open sim, of course. So it's basically the University of Edinburgh's VR mob online instead of in the real world. 5 days ago, oh, this is a YouTubey thing. Um, the Magic of Hobbiton.
hmm,
This is a nice one. This is by Maria Mementos. She used to be a very major person in the Great Canadian Grid, which of course is now fully closed. So there's a lot of people posting kind of memory type things to do with Great Canadian Grid, and indeed new regions like this one, which have basically migrated from the Great Canadian Grid, and playing some nice music with it too. I hasten to add there, bit of blues, which is what was on the radio before I came on air.
hmm.
Right, sorry, just closing all that lot. Oops, shouldn't be closed. Right, there we are. Okay, anything else here? Oh yeah, 6 days ago. So yeah, Maria basically just confirmed that the Great Canadian Grid has shut down. That's supposed to Hypergrid Business. I'm not going to bother loading it. And I think there was something maybe further up at the top, sine wave. Um, oh yeah, another YouTube. Oh yes, yes. Again, I'm not going to play it all. You can check it out on YouTube. Um, this is Littlefield Grid's seventh anniversary, and
Hmm.
this is really a video slideshow of the 7 years that they've been around. Sort of celebrating. There we are, April the 1st, 2013. It shows too. I think they squashed the pictures a bit, but never mind. So anyway, if you go to twitter.com Metaworld News, you'll find links so you can actually get into those videos and stuff like that. And yeah, that'd be that. That'd be that. That'd be that. That
That'd be
that is.
that. Okay.
And we never did actually get around to using any of the pictures at all. And I didn't
Right.
even get the opportunity to show the Down the Rabbit Hole title,
You showed.
which
No,
is
I think
actually
you
a
showed it
game.
once. Right.
No, that was before we went on air where I was looking for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, we opened with this one. But yeah, just to prove that I haven't lost it. Yeah, this incidentally, I think there's somebody else about this. This is actually a promotional picture for a game. It
Yeah.
is actually
On
a
Oculus
VR
Quest.
game.
Yeah. On
Yeah,
Oculus.
called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Right.
I have simply appropriated it because I'm forever going down the rabbit hole when I'm talking. There is actually one picture here I should have done. This would be in the Metaworld News Department. Tangle Grid, of course, have their regular expos every 4 months, every quarter or so. At the moment, they've got the Avatar Fashions Expo and accessories. It's running from April the 2nd, which means it's just started and will continue to April the 30th. You can find it at tanglegrid.com. And if you're going on the hypergrid, you want Tangle Grid Net so tanglegrid.net colon 8002 slash expo space isle. And yeah, that means the previous one, the winter, not the winter one, was the science fiction one. I think it was that was on previously is now closed and being replaced for that for just a month. That is, it's a hypergrid wide expo in the sense that the expo is not only accessible on the hypergrid, but it's designed to show exhibits from people all over the hypergrid, not necessarily just those on Tangle Grid. So it's sort of on my listings. It counts as a hypergrid event rather than a particular grid event, if you see what I mean. So, yes, then, yeah, good job I went down the rabbit hole for a second, otherwise I'd have missed that picture. But there it is.
All right.
Okay, so that's that. Although, in fact, I'm going to bring it up again because I need something on screen. Okay, James, any thoughts about all of that?
Well, a couple
Wonderful.
thoughts. Number one is that I said Maria wouldn't post a practical joke on her blog, but then a person you don't expect to do it would be the best person to post a practical joke. So who knows?
Very true.
Very true.
I mean,
And
that's actually why Scar Ghost took me by surprise.
yeah,
I was not expecting anything remotely resembling practical joke, April
right,
Fool's
right.
joke on that blog.
Yep. And
So
then
when I realised,
perfect.
yeah,
Yep, and then the other thought, the down the rabbit hole image that you were using, I just wanted to let you know
yeah,
that I didn't tell you that it was that because I know you don't like Facebook, and so to feel that you were using Facebook intellectual property might have
is
been
it? Oh, it's a
upsetting.
Facebook. Is it a Facebook game?
Well, it's on Oculus, so it's Facebook. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know who it's
well,
published
I
by.
just grabbed. It's like a load of stuff, here. I just grab pictures from here, there, everywhere. They
Right,
accumulate
right.
through the week, and if I remember, I sort of put them in an appropriate folder so that we can use them for various things. Maybe that should be down the rabbit hole.
And appropriate it was. No doubt
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. There's another down the rabbit hole there, sort of.
Hmm.
And there's the obvious one, and then we've got cartoons.
Oh, I see you're showing. I'm sorry, I
Have
wasn't.
you seen that cartoon?
Iceland Franks. No, I haven't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sad how she is, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, they just ooh, nothing in my camera roll. That doesn't sound right. Hmm, probably got too much in my camera roll, and it doesn't want to draw. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it with something like that. Yeah. Um. Yeah, it was just a graphic. I could make up my own, but I'm too lazy these days.
All right.
It means opening a paint program and making one, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'd rather lay on my back, do nothing,
I understand.
except maybe come over here and read. Oh, I don't know, terrible. So that was it. Any other
No,
comments
that's
on that,
that's it.
Ross,
I'm
or
good.
that's just about it?
Yep.
Right. Okie doke. Okay, well, folks, we will be back same time, same place next week. Various things have been happening behind the scenes of late, and this program, along with the other Metaworld programs, is probably going to be getting a slow but slow but certain transformation. A little bit, maybe a new look, and maybe traveling around a bit more. We will see what we see. It's all a bit up in the air at the moment, but there are some back end changes, major ones, which will affect some
But maybe
things.
we can find a grid that doesn't kick you out.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Or just have a portable studio that would take somewhere. Well, the problem is, if you go to somewhere like Second Life, you can't just res something. Yeah, yeah, it all has to be sorted. It might be an impetus for this program to put the Metalworld grid back online. I was trying to do that for a long while. Anyway, that's our kind of affair. But anyway, for the time being, you will still see us in the same time, same place each week with this here news thing we do. Yes,
That's right.
I'm talking about the we. It's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him.
In other words, it's goodbye from the we. Us, both of us. Until next week. Have a good one, everyone. As best you can. And stay indoors or suffer my wrath. Yeah, something like that. Bye bye.